And there we go. It's now the North American Socialist Republic. Boys, the world is communist. The United States are communist. Japan is communist. Communist China with the Soviet Union are defeating China. So communism is now the official ideology of the world. Whether that is a dream or a nightmare, I will leave it up to you. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. After experiencing the unlimited power of historical Germany, I just had to try the new communist path. It turns out that making Germany communist brings total chaos to the world. Who could have figured? We will trigger uncontrolled communist revolutions all over the world to defeat capitalism once and for all. If that sounds interesting, then this is the right video for you. Now, this is not exactly a conventional country guide, as with chaos comes unpredictability, so we might have to adapt depending on how the run evolves. But that's part of the fun. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comments and to join our Discord to meet our amazing community. Of course, if you have been following the channel and enjoying the content I make, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing and leaving a comment. That's all for the introduction, so let's get ready to overthrow good old Adolf. Now, as usual, you will find the researches and focus priorities in the description of the video, so they will not be covered in the video itself, and you can get access to the dedicated spreadsheet by purchasing a tier 2 membership to the channel. Now, first of all, we're going to build infrastructures and then 4 civilian factories in Hessen and in Westphalen. We chose these 2 provinces because they have a dam. Now I will briefly show you our production priority. This is the military production, and down here you can see the naval production. Mind that we decreased the amount of old models boats to produce to 1. And we brought these heavy ship. We gave max dockyards to all other ones except for the heavy ones which require chromium. We also made them the bottom of our priority. We're going to pick this guy as our scientist. For now we're going to ignore trade since the civil war will remove most of our military factories anyway. Now we're going to recreate the oh my god. We're going to recreate the maximum amount of infantry divisions, and we want to deploy them in Hanover when the war starts. As for the divisions we already have, we can give them to an army and we can send them all to the area of Stuttgart. Now this is very important because we will use them to push right away when the civil war starts in Nuremberg and isolate the German Nazi divisions down here. So it's very important that you set up your army in here. Although you will lose about half of them, the remaining ones should be here. We're also going to gather our fleet in here. And we're going to gather all of our planes in Hamburg. And with this, our initial setup is done and we can start the run. This is the very first message we are going to pick. Oh my god. This is the very first message we are going to get, and we are going to pick the additional political power. We don't care about the navy too much in the civil war. Now, as soon as we complete the first focus, the civil war will immediately trigger. There we go. And it is time for some additional setup. Now, as you can see, we get some new divisions. These militia divisions are very bad, but they're better than nothing. So we're going to assign them to the entire front. We're also going to give them an offensive line, because later we're going to push with them a little bit. Then now it's the time to force deploy the infantry divisions we started recruiting. We can deploy only 10 of them, we can cancel the last one. We can create a new army with these guys. And we're going to give one mountaineer to them. So we want 3 armies set up in this way. The 10 weak infantry divisions plus the mountaineer will help defend this part here of the front, northern Germany. We can also give them an offensive line. While what really matters is what we do with these... While what's important is what we do with these 14 good infantry and armored divisions. And what we're going to do with them after cancelling the defensive line is we're going to push in here. Now a spearhead would be ideal, but it is broken at the moment, so we need to use an offensive line, and then we will need to micro a little bit. The idea is we want to push through and isolate the German divisions in here as fast as possible. Now of course we want a marshal, and our marshal would be this new epic guy. We can also give him the offensive doctrine. For the main army we are going to pick Feder. And for the defensive armies we are going to pick these 2 guys here. We want the highest motorization priority. We want to aggressively execute battle plans. And we want to assign all of our planes. Ideally we want to split them between the militia and the offensive army. Slightly though in favor of the offensive army, so maybe something like this could be fine. We're going to gather the navy in Kiel. Now we're also going to immediately pick the army organization expert and the infantry expert. And now we will wait for these guys to get some organization, but we're not going to wait for planning, because we want to start this push as fast as possible. As soon as we get enough organization, we will trigger the offensive. Now, when you get this message, pick welcome back, comrades. We need the communist support. Okay, they are attacking us, so I think this is a good time to attack them back. Now, in this first push, it is important to micromanage a little bit our armor divisions, because they are the ones that have the highest potential in terms of pushing. So with them, we can encircle the divisions, the German divisions in here a bit faster. Let's see if we can get it done. We're actually being more successful up here. Doesn't really matter where we do this, but we do want to encircle divisions down here quickly.
Auf geht's! Weiter, weiter! Greift weiter an!
And it looks like we are going to get it done quite soon. That seems great. Perfect. Done. Now that the German divisions down here are encircled, we are going to make some changes. Now we want the militia to focus on the northern part of Germany, because they will be under pressure soon. Give them back the offensive line. And we're only going to use these 14 divisions to kill all of the Nazi divisions down here. Something like this. And we start pushing immediately. The only thing we don't want to lose in here is we don't want to lose Nuremberg, so try to protect it. But other than that, we just want to push. Again, we can use the tanks to try and focus on victory points.
Zuhören! Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle! Vorwärts, Männer! Ausrücken!
We can pick this decision here.
Bereit. Ausrücken. Angetreten.
Down here, things are looking great. The Nazi divisions are getting completely obliterated. And that is it. Now that we are done with the southern part of Germany, we are going to put some pressure on the northern part of Germany to end the war. So we want all of our divisions to go here, and for that we need to select the railways. We want them to go as fast as possible. And then we're going to push up here with the help of the navy. Now, if you feel like you're losing something important with these two armies, you can use a last stand command. We're going to do it now, because I really don't want to lose Nuremberg, so... Now, once our divisions are up here, we're going to set an offensive line. Again, a spearhead would be better, but we cannot use it. Something like this. And once our divisions are ready, we're going to assign the navy to naval invasion support. I think we are basically ready here, so let's set the navy on naval invasion support, and let's trigger this northern offensive. And with the help of the navy, and by microing a little bit our tanks, we should be able to take the entire coastline very quickly and keep them under a lot of pressure. And at this point, we can start all offensives, so we can keep the pressure up on the entire front. We're actually almost done already with the civil war. This is mostly to prevent them from moving. we can use our tanks again to rush victory points. And once we're done with the first part, we can also stop the naval invasion, preserve some fuel. Now at this point we should also be able to pick a bold attack, just in case our generals level up during the Civil War.
Angetreten. Achtung. Ausrücken. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
And with Berlin, I think the Civil War should already be over. Let's see if that's the case. No, not yet. We probably need to take something else down here. Now that Hitler is dead, though, probably it will be over.
Bereit. Angetreten. Zuhören. Los, los, los!
They're actually a bit early, anyway.
Zuhören.
And there we go, Civil War over as early as May 1936. And that's perfect. This strategy for the Civil War works really, really well. It's very solid. So there is some RNG as to when exactly you finish the Civil War. And our buffered zone is this focus. Actually, we want to pick this focus right after this one. As you can see now, we were quite early. We still have 32 days of this focus. Then, as you know, there is a 10 days margin before you need to pick another one. So we would have about 40 days now before we start being late with focuses. That's the amount of time you have for the Civil War. But with this strategy, you should have no issues. Now that the Civil War is done, what we need to do is we need to repair a lot of our civilian factories. Everything is sadly destroyed. So we're going to prioritize repairing civilian factories above all else. We're also going to recruit some new infantry divisions, max amount in Berlin.
Angetreten.
We're going to merge and train our armies. We will merge our navies. And we will gather and merge our planes as well. It's also a good time to start adjusting the trade. We don't want to lock resources anymore. And when you get this message, hang the Nazi. Why wouldn't you? And then disband these paramilitary troops. So we get back some important stability. And now at 150 political power, we are going to pick... We're going to pick the proletarian leader to start increasing the communism support. Let me do this properly and check my priority list. So fun. What's this? This is infantry equipment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I got it. Here is the MIO priority for infantry equip. As soon as we can, we're going to pick the inflexible communist organizer for some more communism support. Here is our MIO priority for the MIO priority for artillery.
Bereit?
As soon as this focus is completed, we can pick this new decision to. We can pick the public works program in Western Germany to speed up our construction speed. And as we complete this research, we can design our new fighters and casks. This will be the new cast. And this will be the new fighter.
Zuhören! Achtung! Ihre Befehle!
Now, in this run, we are not going to go for the 4-year plan, because again, the run is a bit unpredictable. Because again, the run is very unpredictable. We don't know if we will be able to achieve autarky or when. So instead, and also as an experiment, we are going to pick prioritize economic growth. This is also very convenient right now, because as you can see, it will change the popularity of non-aligned minus 10%, which in return will increase the popularity of communism, which we really need to turn communist. We want to pick this as our next focus, and we need 50% support for the Communist Party to do so. So in addition to picking this focus, the moment we pick this focus, we also want to pick some of these new special decisions. We're going for a proletarian uprising in Holstein, in Hanover, and in Wezerems. Now, this is also a good time to change all of the divisions we have into infantry divisions. I'm also going to decommission all divisions except for Inf, which we're going to rename to Inf, in fact.
Befehle? Ihre Befehle!
Now, as soon as you complete this focus, you should be at 50% or about 50%. It depends a little bit on when you finish the civil war. In our case, we were particularly faster, so we are already above 50%. If you're a bit later, you may be slightly behind. In that case, you just wait a few days. But then as soon as possible, you want to pick this focus. And there we go. As smooth as that, you are now the proud owner of the Socialist Republic of Germany. Bad news, you're communist. Right, guys, so if you're watching the unedited version, I will actually load a different save now, because surprisingly the UK decided to go communist in this run, which is very, very unusual. In fact, when you turn communist as Germany, what usually happens is that the UK goes fascist. I don't know what triggered this communist UK. I'm not sure how much it will affect the run, maybe not at all, but just in case, for the sake of consistency, before I record another 3 hours and then everything is different from my guide, I will load a save in which the UK is going fascist. Same exact place, so nothing different. I will show you. We're going to load these save in which we're in exactly the same place, same position, except we were using this general. Well, let's change with this one, it doesn't matter. And we already deployed, force deployed the divisions, but everything else is exactly the same. Same army experience, basically, same political power, same everything, except the UK is probably going to go fascist. I think they already started going fascist, but at least they are not going communist, which is the main thing. I don't know what happens if the UK goes communist, but I don't want to find out when I record my guide, so that's why, all right? Alright, so as soon as we turn communist, we are going to force deploy all of our divisions, we are going to assign them all to the same army, and then we are going to start sending some volunteers to Spain. We may not be able to do that right away. No, actually, we are able to do that right away. That's great. Oh yes, and we're also going to add... we're also going to recruit the max amount of infantry divisions. This may be slightly different depending on when you finish the war, but it doesn't matter.
Achtung! Angetreten!
Now we're going to use Gunther as our general, and we're going to use Fedor as our marshal in Spain. Of course, we're going to send planes as well. But now here is the thing, guys. We don't want to win the civil war in Spain. We want democratic Spain to lose. We want Spain to be fascist. So we're only in here to farm some experience, but do not win the civil war. And to do that, just always push in provinces with this huge debuff. So you will farm experience without actually winning the civil war. So there we go. Let's assign a marshal here. Let's use Fedor. We need to what the hell is Fedor? Here we need to promote him. There we go. Then the usual stuff. You can assign planes directly to this army. And again, start pushing where you cannot actually push. Now we're going to pick the banker to decrease consumer good factories a bit and for the extra stability. We are going to keep Talman as our leader because we really need all of the political power we can get in this run. This is also a good time to start building more military factories in the 100% provinces and then Brandenburg, Hanover, Franken and Thüringen. We're also going to make some changes to our production and we're going to start producing these armored support vehicles. So we're going to assign 3 future factories to these new vehicles, 5 to F1 and all rest to infantry equipment, but lowest priority.
Vorwärts, Männer! Abstand halten!
Oh, there we go. The UK is going fascist as usual. Now, when you turn communist as Germany, of course, you trigger some unforeseen events in Europe. The most common one is the UK going fascist, which is totally fine for us.
Los, ausrücken!
At some point you will get this message. Do seize the Spanish gold. It's very convenient. Refuse the Danish products and start researching the Flame Panzer as soon as possible.
Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle.
At 150 political power, we are going to pick the economic reformer. And we're also going to pick the air spirits. This should be a good time. I mean, you can do this anytime, but don't forget them.
Achtung! Bereit! Zeigt es ihnen! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Angetreten!
Alright, as soon as Japan triggers the war on China, let me do that again. As soon as the war in China starts, we are going to send volunteers to actually all of the Chinese factions in here. So let's maybe wait a bit for them to join. At least a couple more. Yeah, something like this is already fine. So we're going to send volunteers to all of them. You need to check how many and then split them from here and send them. I will edit this out, of course. Before you send the volunteers, actually force deploy all of your divisions so you can send a bit more volunteers.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Right, 5.
Zuhören. Bereit.
These guys also have 4 and... Okay.
Achtung. Zuhören. Zuhören. Befehle. Ihre Befehle?
You can probably also send an additional one to Spain.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
I think I covered them all. These guys haven't joined yet. Now the amount of divisions you can send to China is absolutely insane, especially if you pick one of these two focuses. We're not going to do that, but it's quite fun how many divisions you can send to China. It's like more than one full army among all of the puppets. It's crazy. Now, another thing we want to do at this point is we want to split this army a little bit because we need to get ready to attack Austria.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Zuhören. Achtung. Achtung. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Now, Austria is very easy, so an offensive line like this will be enough. You can send another army to push down here as well. Just try to send the trained divisions, leave the untrained ones out of the war.
Befehle. Befehle.
Do remember to assign all planes here, although we're going to send a couple to China as well. Here's our motorized MIO.
Befehle. Angetreten.
Now in China you can do whatever you prefer, but I usually send most of my divisions up here, and I do not attack, I just let them defend against the Japanese so we can farm some army experience. And then later on, after we attack Austria, we'll send volunteers back to China. At that point it's better to send some of them to protect the harbors in this area, because Japan will attempt several naval invasions. But other than that, I don't usually micro them. Of course, there is a lot of room for you to micro them to get specific trades, to defeat Japan, whatever you prefer. It's not going to be particularly relevant for our guide.
Angetreten. Achtung! Weiter, weiter!
Now, at 100 political power, we're going to pick improved worker conditions to fix a bit our stability problems. My bit. And as we get our claim, we're going to immediately attack and puppet Austria. This is not a real war. It will be over before you know it. Yeah, let's just rush the victory points. There we go. Austria down. You could consider annexing Austria instead, though do mind though that we lose the cores when we become communist, so you don't get cores on Austria. If you want to annex them, it's fine. As a communist, you have some very nice occupation laws, like liberated workers, so it can be convenient to annex. So it can make sense to annex rather than puppet. Now, we also want to force deploy all of our infantry divisions at this point, as we will need to send all of our volunteers back. That's not a lot of fun, but we need to do so. They are not even back yet. There they are. They just came back. They will go again. So send max volunteers to Spain, all of the Chinese factions. Just remember that we want to lose in Spain.
Zuhören. Achtung. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung. Befehle?
Now at 50 political power, we're going to pick the public works program in central Germany.
Ihre Befehle? Angetreten.
You can start assigning traits to your marshal and generals as well, of course.
Zuhören. Angetreten. Bereit. Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Befehle. Zuhören. Befehle. Bereit.
Oh, this one I need to check. Fuck. Okay, what was it? This is the fighter MIO priority. At 51 political power, we are going to pick war economy.
Ihre
Oh,
Befehle?
what the hell? Why are you not doing anything? Come on. Always divert bomber production. And this is going to be our tank, and this is going to be our tank MIO product. And this is going to be our tank MIO priority. Do keep in mind that it's slightly different from usual, because we are not going to use these tanks exactly as tanks. I will show you in a bit.
Auf geht's!
As soon as you complete this research, you should be able to design the new tanks, and we're going to do that right away. And here we go with this brand new tank design. Now what we're using here is the diesel engine. We're going to keep the default suspension, and we are not going to invest anything in speed, because we're going to use this tank together with our infantry divisions. Not exactly Space Marines, but something like a meaningful infantry plus tanks division. Now this last module is not entirely needed. Reliability is already pretty high, but we're not going to micro these tanks, so we don't want to lose them. So extra reliability is good. Otherwise you can use but if you want, you can use additional machine guns instead. Up to you. You should also be able to make basic medium flame tanks. So let's go on. This is the design. Again, we are using the diesel engine to increase reliability 100%. Nothing can go wrong. Extra safe 100%. Bit of an overkill. Now, in terms of production, we are going to decrease the production of infantry equipment to 15, and we're going to assign all future factories to the TI1, these new tanks, 1 to flame tanks. Everything else remains the same. Now we're also going to duplicate our infantry template, and we're going to create our new offensive template. And here we go with this brand new design that I'm yeah, design, it's fine. And here we go with this brand new, and this, sorry, and here we go with this brand new template that I'm very excited to share with you. Now, as you can see, we are using 3 medium tank battalions to increase the armor on our divisions and also to give them incredible soft attack. We're still keeping a combat width of 30. We are using the Assault Engineer Company for those massive offensive bonuses. Logistics, always good, and the Medium Flame Tank Company. We're going to leave one slot free, although if you wanted, you could use anti-air in there, or recon, they are good. But later on, I want to try the Super Heavy Howitzer, so we're going to add that as the last support company. This is also a bit of an experiment, but I found this template to be extremely successful, so it will probably be added in future template videos. Though we're not going to recruit any for now. We're not going to recruit any for now. At 100 political power, we are going to pick export focus. We will build more military factories in all the 100% provinces. And then infra plus, and then infrastructures plus military factories in all of the 80% provinces. Keep Rhineland as the last one. And now, as we complete this very interesting focus, we will be able to trigger communist revolutions all across Europe for now, later the entire world. And we're going to start, and we will start doing it right away in the Netherlands. Now, it costs 25 political power each. I will tell you which countries to do in... and I will tell you the priority in which we are going to use this new decision. So we are going for the Netherlands first, and so we are going for the Netherlands first, and then we're going for Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Denmark, which is here. We are not going to do it in Lithuania, in Poland, and in the Czechoslovakian Republic. The reason is we don't want Poland to be in our faction because the Soviet Union will attack them. We will take Czechoslovakia anyway, but through other means, and Lithuania, same reason as Poland.
Angetreten.
Let's see how the situation is in China. Oh, we're suffering here. Now, when you use this new special decision, you have two options. Either they accept, and then they will start getting communist support daily until eventually they will trigger a civil war and they will turn communist. You can send them volunteers, but by default, usually the communist faction wins. Or the other option, we will see if it happens, is they decline and you immediately gain a claim on them. So you can declare war on them whenever you want. This stuff is quite OP.
Los! Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken! Auf geht's!
Oh, see, for example, Luxembourg refused and we got a puppet Wurgle on Luxembourg. We're not going to use it for now, but it will last for quite a while, so... Yeah, look at it. It actually lasts for it actually lasts for 2 years. That's insane. I will stop helping Spain because they are doing too well and I want them to lose. Oh, Denmark refused. Okay. Actually, we may want to keep Barcelona.
Angetreten. Zuhören. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken. 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 Befehle? Ausrücken.
By the way, we don't care about what happens in China. They like the idea of killing these divisions.
Auf geht's.
Now, at 150 political power, we are going to pick the Grand Battle Plan Expert. And we're going to switch to the Grand Battle Plan, Doctrine. We're going to unlock the first few. And we should also have enough army experience for the logistical focus and the well-planned attack tactic.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Now, at this point, we are going to pick an army of 24 infantry divisions. The one that was in Austria is fine, and we're going to switch them all to offensive.
Befehle.
Make sure that they don't die of attrition. Let's also start training them.
Achtung.
Now we will start needing some oil, so we're going to import 5 oil from the Soviet Union. At this point, you should also be able to upgrade the tank. It should have the new radio. So make sure to produce the most updated one.
Bereit. Achtung. Angetreten. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to kill these divisions.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Angetreten.
At 100 political power, we're going to pick army regrouping. If I can find it. Here.
Los, los, los! Halt!
Alright, Spain is done. That's good. That's what we wanted.
Zuhören. Ihre Befehle? Achtung!
Now, at this point, we're also going to start justifying a claim on Yugoslavia. Now, usually Yugoslavia is guaranteed by France, Romania, and also Czechoslovakia. If that is not the case, then we will need to take Czechoslovakia by other means later on. And one thing we can do about that is we can start the communist propaganda in Czechoslovakia as well. So one way or another, we will get them. Looks like we will get them peacefully. That's fine. Now this is also a good time to upgrade MIOs. Looks like we maybe will be able to kick out the Japanese, maybe not.
Achtung! Bereit! Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Weiter! Weiter!
Maybe yes.
Zuhören!
Satisfying. Very satisfying.
Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
At 100 political power, we are going to pick the army logistics. We are going to deploy all of our planes. And we're going to start training all of our planes.
Achtung!
Now, as we pick the focus Liberate Italy, we're going to make some changes. We're going to pick the last few doctrines. Now we also have some discounts.
Zuhören!
Going to make sure that our Field Marshal is the right one.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Army Leader 2. Let's give him the well-planned attack.
Befehle!
And then we are going to prepare for Italy. For Italy, we are only going to use one army, only this one army. We're going to assign them to this front, of course at the border with Austria. And we're going to start planning an offensive line like this.
Befehle! Befehle! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Befehle! Zuhören! Ihre Befehle! Ihre Befehle! Befehle! Zuhören! Zuhören! Bereit! Zuhören! Bereit!
I usually also prepare one army at the border with France and another two at the border with the Czech Republic, but we're probably not going to need them, so it's going to be fine.
Angetreten!
Just make sure to assign all of the planes you have available to the army that is going to push into Italy. We're going to need them. This is not an easy push. Make sure you also have the motorization priority. Aggressively execute the battle plans.
Zuhören! Zuhören! Befehle?
There we go, we got our claim on Italy. It is time for some real action. This one, especially in the mountains, is not an easy push, but we will get it done. In any case, of course, I do recommend making a save at this point. Yeah, we got the strikes. Yeah, that's not very cool. We can get ready propaganda. I recommend picking radio propaganda if you can, because our war support will be pretty low at first. Okay, so it is wartime. Let's go after Italy. Now, as we declare war on Italy, we also want to block all of the sea regions. We don't want any naval warfare with Italy. Including the Mediterranean Sea. Make sure that we assigned all planes as well. We had a few more with the volunteers. As soon as possible, pick radio propaganda before the war or during the war. If you didn't have enough war attention, you should now. And let's see how this push goes. Of course, let's slow down the speed a little bit. Of course, we need to call Austria into this war as well. There we go. Now, if you struggle here, it may be... Now, if you struggle here, you can use force attack. It's very important to get the first push done. After that, things will get much easier. Oh, it's looking very good right now. Try to rush Venezia as fast as possible. That's very important for supplies, both for us and for them. Oh, it's looking absolutely fantastic here, boys. We are destroying Italy. Completely destroying Italy. Okay, we actually do want to keep the pressure up on this side. Next goal is to split Italy into two. Of course, that doesn't mean that we are not going to destroy these divisions. Now, once the volunteers are back, we're going to gather them all in the last army. And then we're going to recruit enough infantry divisions to make that a full army. In our case, it's only 2 divisions, maybe more for you.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören.
Another thing we need to do against Italy is the campaign instructions whenever you can. We cannot because we use the command power, but when you can, you should do it.
Befehle.
Damn, I hate the offensive lines. I really hope they fix the spearhead soon, because it's much better to use spearheads. Of course, it's better to micro, but microing is tedious all the time.
Suchen Deckung. Bereit. Befehle.
No, keep pushing there, come on. Okay, and as we split Italy, we are also going to split our army. We're going to create another army to push up here. And we're going to use the main army, 15 or 14 divisions, to keep pushing into Italy all the way down to Taranto. Should be enough to trigger the civil war. And we don't want to let them escape here, though. Well, I did want to use the campaign against Italy, but at this point, I guess we don't need. At this point, I guess we don't need to, because we are destroying them anyway. Let's look at the casualties. Look at these guys, 9k casualties, and I mean these are not tank divisions. No, well, these are not the divisions we're using. These are not tank divisions. Yeah, they have some armor. They are not, by the way, cheesy space marines, because we didn't make one anti-air weird thing. We just used infantry combined with tanks. Which makes sense, right? So this is something I'm cool with. I would like Mussolini to be deposed, because we want the civil war in Italy to trigger. If he's not deposed, I'm going to stop this offensive down here, because I really want the civil war in Italy to trigger. Otherwise, weird stuff may happen.
Zuhören.
Right, northern Italy is destroyed, so we can just get ready to push southern Italy. Didn't I tell you to stop? I think I did. Well, later on we keep pushing, but for now we can stop for a bit. Can you freaking stop, please? Thank you. Come on, Mussolini. It's time to leave. You're not doing a good job here. We need to take Naples too. Naples too. Buggy Italy. Maybe if we ask Austria to give us stuff. Let's see. Now, at some point during the war, you will also get everything you need to design the new fighters and CAS. Nothing new here. Nor here. Now we're going to make some changes to our production. We want the armored support vehicles to be up to 5. We are going to send 15 factories to C2. F2 will have the lowest priority, but all future factories. And we're going to decrease the T1 factories to 20. Let's also upgrade the MIOs. And adjust grade, of course. At 150 political power, we are going to pick war propaganda to fix our war support issues. Now, I am absolutely sure that not having the civil war in Italy will cause some issues. I don't know why Mussolini is not being deposed. That's very annoying. But I guess we just need to continue, probably. Yeah, let's just push Italy, see what happens later. Otherwise they will stack up so many of their divisions in here, it's gonna be annoying. Usually the civil war triggers normally, so I don't think you will have any issues, but looks like we will. Maybe Italy will go down already then? No civil war? No civil war, not going down. What the hell is happening here? Okay, well, Italy just went down. In this case, we are going to take the navy. In any case, you want to take the navy. That's the highest priority, actually. Oh, Austria wants to take some stuff. I see. Nah. Well, I guess yes. Okay, fine. Take it. Maybe not. Maybe I can take them. Nothing for Austria. Okay, Italy is down. Now we get ready for France.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
And we're also going to build more military factories in all of the 100% provinces. As well as infrastructures and factories in Wezerems. And so let's still make sure that Rhineland is the lowest priority. Or maybe not. Now we're going to create an agency. I'm not going to cover this in the guide, but we're going to get 5 upgrades, and then we're going to spy the United States and get 1 collaboration government in there. 1 should be enough.
Ihre Befehle. Befehle.
Now in here, actually, we will be at war with Yugoslavia, and we need to call Italy to attack France, so we need to send some divisions in here to protect this border.
Zuhören. Achtung. Bereit.
Oh, Togliatti is in charge of Italy. That's very cool. That never happened to me, because usually there is a civil war. Okay, we got our claim on Yugoslavia. So we can start our war. As we declare war on Yugoslavia, France will join. So we can now call Italy and attack France right away. Just make sure that we have all planes assigned.
Befehle.
Let's go. Look at these amazing armor divisions. Or, well, look at these amazing infantry with tanks divisions. Just pushing easily into the mountains against France and destroying them completely. Now, at 100 political power, if you can pick utilize domestic film industry. And this will finally solve our war support issues forever.
Zuhören.
Oh, and civil wars are starting to trigger across Europe. In Switzerland, look at this, how beautiful it is, these united communist cantons. Soon there will be a lot more of these revolutions.
Befehle. Angetreten.
Now, after the very first push in France, you can start rushing the victory points. France will go down very easily, so you can start running to Paris.
Ausrücken.
Oh, the Netherlands are also triggering a very nice communist revolution. We like this. We can help them a little bit later after we are done with this war. And as we complete a red Europe, we get a lot more communist revolutions to trigger. Now we're also going to start building military factories in subjects, so we can decrease their autonomy later on. Oh, I forgot this one though, earlier. That's the highest priority. So now we're gradually going to use this new decision, 25 political power each, in Hungary first, and then we are going to go for Portugal, Bulgaria, Greece, Albania, and Norway.
Befehle.
Oh, nice. We got a claim on Hungary, actually. That's very convenient. We will use it later. Paris is down and France is down. Look at that. How nice is that? Goodbye, France. Now, very important, take the French Navy. We are going to need it. And then the usual. Very, very nice. Now it's time to take care of Yugoslavia and Romania. We can also call Austria into the war. No, I don't want to share the war score with them though. Oh well, whatever. Let's do it. Just get this done fast.
Befehle.
Here's our CAS MIO priority. And we are ready for Yugoslavia. Let's also call Austria and let's start the full push on them. Our planes are not there yet. We may have some more too. Not many.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Again, we are going to slightly micro some of our divisions to rush some victory points.
Angetreten. Greift weiter an.
Oh, another civil war in Belgium. So Belgium will also become communist soon. And not only communist, guys, because there is a little trick that I haven't shown you yet. That I haven't showed you yet. But I will do that very soon.
Auf geht's. Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken. Zuhören. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle! Angetreten!
Right, Yugoslavia should go down soon. Very soon, in fact. Going to take their navy and the usual stuff. Puppet, you can also balkanize them if you prefer. I cannot be bothered.
Ihre Befehle!
Now, time for Romania to go down. And then we are done with this set of wars. Very smooth, very easy.
Ausrücken!
Was it Greece? Oh, Bulgaria first. Okay.
Zuhören!
Let's also use some planning against Romania, why not?
Achtung!
Okay, I would say it's time for Romania to go down now. Look at how many divisions they have stuck in there. Let's look at our oh my god, our casualties are insanely low. That's amazing. Oh, this doesn't count the other wars though. Okay, but still very good.
Alright.
Why do you keep getting bugged? Oh. Just give me my fucking spearheads back, please. Now, supplies are a bit of an issue here. Let's see if we can manage.
Befehle! Befehle! Ausrücken!
Romania is getting completely destroyed. 1k casualties versus 57k. They're already almost down. This is actually better than with tanks. Insane.
Angetreten! Zuhören!
And I think this will be the end of this war. Let me see. Romania is down. 1k casualties against Romania. Better than in my guide with tanks. Crazy stuff. Well, we are very happy with this. Now, with Romania, though, we need to be a little bit careful because with Romania, we don't want to take the Bessarabias and Bukovina. The Soviet Union will attack them later, so let's just take everything else. Let's take the navy. And it should be good. Perfect. Very satisfied with the outcome.
Achtung!
Now, at this time we have some peace before we start the next series of wars, and we can use this time to help our puppets win, or to help our communist revolutions win the civil wars. So we can send some volunteers to these communist Netherlands and to these communist Belgium. I wouldn't bother with the cantons because pushing in here it's almost impossible. So let them be at war forever. So let's help these communists. We can send 5 to them and 5 to them. Okay, let's take our good divisions.
Ihre Befehle.
Very nice. And then let's check the claims. Let's also check the claims we have. I think we have a claim on Denmark. We have one on Hungary. Was that it? What else do we have? Denmark, Luxembourg, and Hungary. Okay, we can take all of them actually.
Achtung.
For Luxembourg, we only need a couple of divisions.
Ihre Befehle.
We can have like
Ihre
5
Befehle.
for Denmark.
Befehle.
And the other ones for Hungary.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Belgium is about to lose, so they really need the help actually. Okay, the volunteers are there, so now these wars will be much smoother for our friends.
Angetreten.
Well, especially this one. Looks like it's already over. Let's just
Ausrücken.
push the... So,
Ausrücken.
we can make the difference very easily, as you can see. Okay, now we got Communist Netherlands and Communist Belgium. And soon they will not just be communist, they will also be our puppet communist puppets, as you can see here. Soon they will also be our communist puppet. No, let me do that again. Soon they will not just be communist, but they will also be our puppets, because we can demand subjugation to all countries that we turn communist with these internal civil wars, which will be most of Europe very soon. Okay, in the meantime, let's take care of Luxembourg, Denmark, and Hungary. It should be quite easy, but we do need to call these guys. Oh, Denmark surrenders in any case. Okay, I thought it was only with Nazi Germany. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure, let's do it. Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Luxembourg is gone. Okay, the UK decided to defend Denmark. That's fine. We were going to attack the UK anyway with this focus. Apparently, we're going to attack them a bit earlier. Absolutely fine.
Greift weiter an.
Luxembourg is dead though. Yeah, what we are going to lack is rubber, though, sadly. So it's going to be a little annoying.
Ihre Befehle.
That's it.
Ihre Befehle.
Hungary is done. And now we can prepare for the UK already. Did we get our volunteers
Ihre
back?
Befehle?
No.
Zuhören.
Well, I would like to have the volunteers back before we go after the UK. And I would also like to get the claim on Spain. So let's maybe wait just a little bit longer. So let's start subjugating these countries. Let's start with Belgium. At this point, we're also going to recruit another full infantry army.
Ihre Befehle?
And we're going to change our second infantry army to another offensive army. And of course we want to train them as well.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, we're getting the
Bereit zum
volunteers back.
Ausrücken. Befehle? Zuhören.
Okay, now that everyone is back, we can start planning the naval invasion of the UK.
Bereit.
We're going from Dunkirk, usual thing.
Getreten.
Groups of 2 to the southern coast of England. It's going to be even better than with tanks, because these divisions are a bit slower, but they are better for naval invasions.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle.
Of course, we also need to unblock these sea regions here, as we need to gather our huge fleet in Dunkirk. Perfect. Look at this. This is a massive fleet. Now, as usual, we're also going to use our planes to harass the British Navy, the Royal Navy in the Channel. So we're going to send them all here. Bomb the Channel. Oh, nice, we can actually buy rubber from Indonesia. So probably we're not going to get it, but we can try. Oh, Yugoslavia also has some. Very convenient. Let's subjugate the... What is this? The Netherlands? Let's also subjugate... Let's, of course, subjugate the Netherlands. Look at the timing, it's perfect. The UK did it for us. It's even faster than usual. Our naval invasion is ready, but for the sake of consistency, I will wait until we get the claim through this focus, because you probably will need to wait until then. Let's get this very important collaboration government though.
Angetreten.
There we go. We got the claim. It's time to invade the UK. Now, this is a tricky one. Let's make a save just in case, you know, the new UK is a bit tougher. I don't think we will have any issue getting the naval superiority. We can even leave one of them on strike force. And we can trigger our naval invasion. See how it goes. Now we may also want to switch all of these planes to no longer naval support, but to assist our invasion. Green air is also very, very important. And if needed, we are also going to use a force attack. Looks like it's not gonna be needed. Now, to be fair, Fascist UK is much, much weaker than regular UK. So this looks easy once again. Again, every time I say the UK is going to defend, they don't. But in historical, it's much more difficult to get this done. And this we're going to ignore completely.
Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle.
We still want to keep the pressure up and take them down as fast as possible. You never know. I wonder if Spain is going to join. I don't think Spain can join. They have some special negative stuff that doesn't allow them to join. Where did you go? You're already on strike force. So we can wait, but let's declare war on Spain just in case. If they join, we can take them in the same peace conference probably. Ah, yes, they did. That's nice. We need to take them down to win? No, we don't. Perfect.
Befehle.
London is down.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Oh, that's sad for our hopper.
Achtung.
Now, we unlocked the new super heavy howitzer, and I don't think it's particularly worth it because it's very, very expensive, but let's test it. Let's start producing it. 5 factories, highest priority from planes. Let's also increase the production of let's also increase the production of everything else. Soon we will have a lot of free factories. So flame tanks also to 5. C2 and the infantry equip can go to 20. C2 and infantry equip. Okay, let me do that all at once, maybe. Okay, so this is our new production priority, and we also set everything else on fighters, lowest priority down there.
Zuhören.
We can already add the super heavy howitzer as soon as we have the... Well, let me do it later then.
Auf geht's.
Oh, the UK is going down quite fast, I must say.
Angetreten.
We can get a trade agreement with the Soviets, why not?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
The UK will be down very, very soon. The only question at that point is whether we need to take down Spain or not. We'll find out very soon.
Angetreten.
Let's see. We will need to take down Spain. Maybe I should have attacked them a little bit. Yeah, probably I should have attacked them a little bit. But that's alright. The peace conference here is quite easy. We are going to puppet plus everything and take the Royal Navy or as much as possible of it. Oh, look at this. 0. Perfect amount of points. And that's absolutely fantastic. Now, we don't have issues with trade anymore. We're very happy with that.
Bereit
We
zum
still need to take down Spain, so let's go on and do that from France. No, we're not going to use this.
Zuhören. Ihre Befehle? Zuhören. Befehle?
By the way, guys, it's only May 1940 and we already have 316 factories. It's quite amazing what we're able to do with this communist Germany. We're basically at the same point as with historical Germany, and we defeated almost everyone in Europe. Basically with the same timing, despite going through a civil war, turning communist, having a more crippled economy.
Bereit?
Really, really impressive stuff. Now let me add this new super heavy artillery to... Wait, is this a one? Yeah. To our offensive divisions. Perfect. And let's call France into this war and take care of Spain very quickly. Yeah, mountains. Yeah, we don't care. Absolutely don't care. Look at this French tank. Easy stuff. And France is actually not that bad. Now, integrating puppets is cool, but we also need the political power for a bunch of stuff later on. So maybe better to keep the political power for now. So we can stop this enable invasion support, of course.
Befehle.
Okay, now that our secondary offensive army is ready and trained, we are going to send them on a special mission.
Achtung! Bereit!
So they are going to invade Japan, and they are going to do it from Hong Kong. If you haven't taken down the UK yet at this point, you can also plan the naval invasion from this place instead.
Zuhören!
But Hong Kong is slightly better. Let's go from Hong Kong. Groups of 2 in the area of Nagasaki.
Zuhören! Bereit! Bereit! Bereit!
Oh, for this, we don't need to send the other divisions in this army. We can keep them in Europe. It would be an overkill anyway. Japan is not that hard to take down. What we do need is the entire fleet, though. Because getting the naval superiority against Japan is particularly hard now. I think it changed. It's more difficult than before. So we want the entire fleet for that. So let's send our huge, massive fleet here. And then we will set them on patrol against Japan.
Zuhören! Ihre Befehle? Bereit! 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 Ausrücken!
Oh my god, look at the casualties against Spain. Absolutely insane. Not saying that Spain is usually a tough opponent, but this is crazy. And now we are running out of fuel because we are moving an insanely big fleet to Japan, but still.
Ihre Befehle!
Naval invasion. No, a reinforcement. They were attempting reinforcement. France, can you give me my stuff here? Can you not take everything, please? Very annoying. What is it that you want? You want to give me Navarra and Western and Catalonia. Give me the rest.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, we got our last infantry army. Perfect. We can start training them as well.
Bereit zum
Okay,
Ausrücken.
this guy is not the best we have. Let's use him.
Zuhören. Bereit.
Okay, Spain is also down. You know the drill. So actually against Spain, we're going to puppet them first. And then take the navy. We may not be able to take all of it. And Spain is our puppet too. And look at this. Look at what we control already. But this is not the end of this run, boys. Because we cannot consider a proper communist run done until we defeat the biggest enemies of communism. I'm looking at you. Now, as a bonus track, we are also going to take care of Japan, of course. And we are even a bit ahead of time here. We can start justifying on Japan now. Only 30 days anyway.
Angetreten.
Now, with this focus, it's time to go absolutely crazy with the communist revolutions, as we are going to take all of South America. Now, this will take a while, so it may not be part of the run, but over time, there will be chaos and revolutions everywhere in South America. Just be careful not to pick the ones we don't want, like Poland, Finland, but we want Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, and everything else in South America. We don't care. Why are you going that way though? Oh, whatever. Ah, probably was locked before.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, we got our claim on Japan perfectly on time, as our divisions are basically here too. Now, another thing we want to do at this point is we want to start improving infrastructures and build supply hubs everywhere in here. So we're going to use this as our base to invade the United States. Especially supply hubs here are going to help massively. Be you in here as well. Well, of course I'm not doing this very well, as you can see, but you get the point. Feel free to do it better.
Zuhören.
I think we can go for Japan right away. So war on Japan. Now let's see how the situation is in terms of the naval superiority. Usually you cannot get it right away. Yeah, that's the case. So if we cannot get it right away, we're going to split our fleet and we're going to set them on patrol. And after fighting them a little bit, we will get the naval superiority. Our fleet is better than their fleet in any case. Maybe we can get some more oil from our puppets. So sustaining this fleet is impossible. We also unlocked new heavy bombs that we can use, heavy bomb blocks we can use to upgrade our castle. So let's go on and do that. We're also going to start sending our. We're also going to start sending our offensive army to South America, the infantry one or the offensive one, and then later on we will plan the naval invasion of Florida from here.
Angetreten.
We're also going to make some changes to our T1 as now we have quite a bit of upgrade. We have quite a few upgrades now to use. We're going to increase the armor to 9 and we're going to start using the Christie suspension. So we keep the speed at 4. This is our new T1. We're getting closer to getting the naval invasion superiority. There we go. We got the naval superiority. We can trigger our naval invasion of Japan. Perfect. Very good.
Befehle.
Yeah, some of our divisions will be cut. That's okay. That's fine. It's more or less unavoidable.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
It will not save Japan anyway.
Ausrücken. Zuhören.
That sucks.
Befehle. Zuhören. Zuhören. Bereit. Bereit. Zuhören. Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Going to micro a little bit in Japan, otherwise it can get a little annoying.
Ausrücken.
It's already a little annoying.
Ausrücken. Bereit. Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören. Angetreten. Angetreten.
Japan is usually not a low casualties invasion, because the naval invasion itself is very painful.
Vorrücken.
Okay, nice. We got our collaboration government in the United States. Now, of course, we can start planning another one. We never know. It may be useful, so why not?
Ihre Befehle?
And by the way, now that our naval invasion has started, we can also plan the naval invasion of the United States from here. We're going to go from here to Florida, groups of 2.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit. Ihre Befehle? Zuhören.
Perfect. We can also start sending the other offensive armies somewhere in here, as we will need them in the US soon. I think we can also send our fleets to the area, as soon we will not need them in Japan anymore anyway.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören. Achtung. Ausrücken.
It was a particularly painful invasion of Japan. They destroyed all of our units while they were transferring. But who cares? We got it done.
Befehle. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Now, before Japan goes down, let's start fabricating a claim on the United States. We don't have the political power to do so. And civil wars are starting to trigger in South America.
Ausrücken.
Okay, if we want to fabricate a claim before Japan goes down, we need to stop.
Angetreten. Bereit.
Okay, let's get our claim on the States. Oh, fuck's sake, why is it increasing? It was 18, not in total. It was 18 from what I had. Okay, let's get our claim on the States. And Japan.
Zuhören.
Of course, in Japan, we will not have much of the war score, as usual. China takes it. That's okay. We may still be able to puppet mainland Japan. Usually you can. Maybe even Okinawa. That would be very nice. I will fight hard for Okinawa. No, Okinawa. No Okinawa. No Okinawa for us. Oh, no Okinawa, but that's fine. Okay, and Japan is down. Another enemy of communism is now communist.
Befehle.
Now our divisions are getting here. We want all of these guys also to be in there. So let's merge them. Let's send them all over. Train them. They will need some training for sure.
Zuhören.
We'll also need to start sending these infantry divisions from Europe to the States soon, because defeating the States is now particularly difficult. This will be a tough war.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören.
Now our naval invasion of Florida is ready, but of course we don't have the claim, and also we don't have the fleet in position yet, so we'll need to wait for a bit. I also want to refuel the fuel. We don't care about Finland. And look at South America becoming an absolute mess. Of course we need Cuba to be communist. And Haiti. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Czechoslovakia is now about to become communist as well. More chaos. Even more chaos. This is not even related to us. It's just chaos.
Bereit.
And we need to deploy all of our planes when we declare war on the United States. We'll have a huge amount of planes. We can actually gather them all if we want to. Oh my god. No. Come on, where are my good planes? More communists doing communist stuff in China. Again, that's not our fault. Oh, but the Soviet Union will actually get involved. Wait. Ah, yeah, interesting. Nice. I guess now we can start decreasing the autonomy of these guys. Let's try to get a second collab in the States.
Zuhören. Bereit.
Another thing you can use in here are air bases, because we will have a lot of planes, not many places to place them. Not many bases to store them.
Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Bereit.
And it is wartime, boys. It's time to take down the last capitalist, the United States. Or better, it's time to take down capitalism and destroy the United States. Let's go! Actually. It should be no problem getting the naval superiority in here, and it is no problem. So we can start our naval invasion. We can assign all of our insane huge amount of planes to this army. And let's see how it goes. Oh, the American Union.
Befehle. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Angetreten. Befehle. Greift weiter an. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Well, so far it's pretty smooth.
Ihre Befehle.
Time to send everyone over. And start the main offensives. So we're going to send these other offensive army in here too.
Ihre Befehle.
We're also going to send these guys. It's gonna take them some time to get there.
Befehle.
Now I'm going to use the destroyers to protect convoys. While the rest of the fleet will be on strike force. And I don't want to micromanage them too much, so
Zuhören.
very basic setup.
Bereit.
Talk on national security. Because the whole purpose of your question is to keep you now and your children later, and and your grandchildren
Bereit.
later, out of the last ditch preservation of American independence, and of all the things that American independence means
Bereit.
to me and to ours. Never before
Angetreten.
since Jamestown and Plymouth Rock our American civilization been in such danger as now.
God damn, these planes don't have the commands.
Nazi masters of Germany have made it clear that they intend
Oh, it's bad.
not only to dominate all life and thought in their own country, but also to enslave the whole of Europe, then to use the resources of Europe to dominate the rest of the world.
Don't copy me, I'm doing random stuff.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Of the nature of this undeniable threat, it can be asserted properly and categorically that the United States has no right or reason to encourage talk of peace until the day shall come when there is a clear intention.
Now, of course, the US is not involved in any other war, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to take them.
Or conquering
Ihre Befehle.
But we have what it needs. But we have what we needed.
against all people
But we have what it takes. Let's start this first push.
away from our shores. The German battalions are being
Bereit.
on the other side of the Atlantic by the
Achtung.
by the Greeks, by thousands of soldiers and sailors
Zuhören.
who are able to escape from
Zuhören.
suffocating countries. The Japanese
Bereit.
are being engaged in China
Greift weiter an.
by the Chinese Navy in another great
Ausrücken.
defense. In the Pacific Ocean is our fleet. Guns loaded with explosive.
Look at the amount of divisions the US has in here. They're very, very tough now. Now here I do miss my tanks a little bit. Well, we can do without them.
Bereit.
Frankly and definitely, there is danger ahead. Danger against which we must prepare.
Where is my T1?
Well, no.
Pretty small of them.
On the fear of it, by crawling in the bed and pulling the covers over our heads. Germany has said that she will
Vorrücken.
find Belgium, save the Belgians from the British. Would she hesitate then?
Ihre Befehle.
American country. We are
Bereit. Ausrücken.
aggression by the United States. Belgium is being used as an invasion state against Britain. Now,
Achtung.
any South American country in Nazi hands would always constitute a jumping-off place for German
Angetreten.
attack on any one of the other republics of this hemisphere. We think of Hawaii as an outpost
Zuhören.
defense in the Pacific. Yet, the Azores are closer to our shores in the Atlantic than Hawaii is on the other side.
Achtung.
There are those who say that the Axis powers would never have any desire to attack the Western Hemisphere.
Achtung.
It is the same dangerous form which has destroyed the
Bereit.
powers of resistance of so many conquered peoples. Let us
These guys? Okay, they're there.
blind ourselves.
Ihre Befehle.
Poland! Okay, that's not good.
Corrupted so many others are already within
That's not cool at all.
Our government knows much about them.
Okay.
Every day is ferreting them out. Their secret emissaries
Do need some divisions.
active
Befehle!
home and neighboring countries. They seek to stir up suspicion and dissension,
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
cause internal strife.
Befehle!
They try to turn capital against
Zuhören!
and vice versa.
Bereit!
Try to reawaken long-suffering racial and
Befehle!
enmity, which they should have
Zuhören!
place in this country. And there are also
Achtung!
That's better.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Poland is a bit annoying.
unwillingly, in most cases, work of these agents. I do not charge these American citizens with
Well, it's good to see that we are still crushing them, despite
what I
their numbers.
doing exactly the kind of work that the dictator wants done in the United States. The experience of the past 2 years
Poland.
Achtung!
Poland is annoying. Wonder if we need to take them down to win. Probably not.
man can tame a tiger into a kitten,
Unter Beschuss.
stroking it.
Now we can also establish these false commissariats. So we're going to do that.
Angetreten. Bereit. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Weiter, weiter! Angetreten.
They have 11 divisions in there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle. Weiter, weiter!
More communist revolutions are happening. As the United States are suffering indeed our pressure. Now, casualties, they're not going to be very low against the US. It's now particularly tough, especially with the naval invasion. But in here, yes, we do miss a bit our amazing tanks.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Here's my campaign against the United States, come on. We can also industrialize our puppets now. Give them some civilian factories and we'll actually get them back.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Oh, Bulgaria. is now becoming communist in the process.
Weiter, weiter!
Washington is down. We are now unstoppable, pushing the entire front.
Angetreten. Achtung! Zuhören! Achtung!
By the way, don't worry about manpower, no need to change from limited conscription, because after you pick this focus, you get an insane amount of manpower, so you won't have to worry about it anymore.
Achtung!
I love how we are steamrolling so many American divisions, and they don't have bad divisions. Now again, the casualties are, well, the casualties are actually pretty good. Again, we're pushing with the infantry wise, 73k to 800,000. Very, very good. No, please tell me that Brazil is not being a major. Please, please, please. I'm not going to invade Brazil. Fuck this.
Ihre Befehle.
We're doing against Poland. Everything is good. Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung!
Okay, only 26 days, we get the second collaboration government, and then with the last few victory points, we should easily win this war.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit. Bereit. Achtung!
New York is down, Detroit, Chicago, everything is falling apart for the US. It's still not giving up though. We may need to go. We may need to get Houston, Dallas, maybe Kansas City.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ziel anvisiert.
Let's see if we can get this push here done.
Befehle. Achtung! Ausrücken! Bereit!
I think we're getting very close. 92k, 1.5 million. Not there yet, but almost.
Auf geht's!
Okay, this side is basically done. Ah, Detroit, we didn't take Detroit. Okay,
Ihre
that doesn't
Befehle?
help.
Bereit!
Alright, we got the collaboration government, and that was enough to take down the United States. Didn't check the final casualties, but it was something in the range of 80,000 for us and 1.6 million for them. Not bad when you push with infantry, right? Oh, and nice. We also got Poland and Brazil for free, and Mexico for free in this peace conference. Not going to complain. Of course, we're going to puppet plus everyone. Starting with the US though. And there we go. It's now the North American Socialist Republic. Boys, the world is communist. The United States are communist. Japan is communist. Communist China with the Soviet Union are defeating China. So communism is now the official ideology of the world. Whether that is a dream or a nightmare, I will leave it up to you. For me, that's all. This was an amazing and incredibly fun run with Communist Germany. The new focus tree is amazing. Triggering communist revolutions all over the world and then making them your puppets is incredibly fun. I couldn't have wished for a better alternative history focus tree for Germany, and I think the democratic one is also absolutely amazing, so I can't wait to experiment a bit more. Although in the next video we will focus on something else. Likely we will play Hungary. Enough Germany for now. We'll come back to Germany a bit later. Guys, this was really a lot of work, so if you enjoyed this run, as usual, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment. This was also a very long video, so if you stayed with me until now, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye bye!